What's going on, Summoners? My name is Zyrene, and welcome back to another ProGuides video. Today, we're going to be looking over what rank really means, whether it's boosting, MMR abusing, victim complexes, or anything else. Ranked has truly changed how it functions over the past few years. Regardless, let's dive right in. Before we can really dive into the topic of what rank truly means in Season 11, alongside some great key points from the infamous DOPA, we should look at rank a bit more generally. So first off, let's take a look at the art of climbing. The League of Legends rank system is built upon a league system. Using points, tiers, and divisions, players are able to be automatically sorted into their suitable rank after playing a few games. This is mostly determined due to League's hidden MMR system. For all of my old players, you'll remember being able to see your MMR in the past seasons. This MMR system has ironically caused a lot of trouble for League players, as it has led to significant LP losses and extremely small LP gains. Alongside this, there are even the occasional Riot accounts, as seen earlier this season, that can give massive amounts of LP, such as plus 30, and only lose 7 LP or so per loss. Overall, the MMR system usually functions how it should, but these extreme examples can often leave players with a bad taste in their mouth. That being said, throughout the years, with all of the changes Riot has made, there are far more ways of abusing the MMR system than ever before. We've all seen the crazy funnel strategies that have been developed over time, whether it's Yi Taric, Leona Karthus, Lulu Kog'Maw, Pantheon Talia, or even Qiyana Echo. These strategies have led to massive gains in LP for boosters around the world. While the issue has been somewhat mitigated in higher ELO with the removal of duos above masters, this doesn't stop some of the primary issues at hand when it comes to the way the ladder works. And recently, even more methods of abusing MMR have come to light, as some players have found out that normal matches can affect LP gains on newer accounts. This has led to some wonky matchmaking, as new Smurf accounts that are Gold 1 can easily hover high Diamond MMR and climb extremely quickly. This means you can make it to where winning one game can mitigate up to 4 losses in LP, which is pretty massive. While this may seem great to many, it can be extremely harmful to the game, as it builds an environment where players end up in divisions and ranks that they shouldn't even be near. I'm sure you've all seen various screen captures at this point where there seems to be a random platinum player within a master tier lobby. Overall, the MMR system can be extremely helpful in determining where a player belongs, but there's also quite a lot that can skew the results into seeming like, for lack of a better word, they are boosted players in the wrong ranks. Alongside these effective MMR abusing strategies, DOPA himself has brought to light that the ranked system is slowly losing its meaning, but it's not in the way that you may think. Before we jump into DOPA's thoughts on how the ladder has changed, let's quickly cover our question of the day. What is one of your least favorite rank abusing strategies out there? As much as I would love to pin the Taric and Yi strategy as one of the worst to play against, I don't think anything could ever take the top spot of win trading, specifically in higher ELO. Let us know your answer in the comments section down below. Nonetheless, let's take a look at what the infamous DOPA thinks about the state of ranked at the moment. With the top of the ladder consistently surpassing 1000 LP, DOPA has begun to talk a bit more about how the league ranking system is slowly losing its meaning as more and more seasons pass on. For those of you who for some odd reason don't know who DOPA is, he is one of, if not the best solo queue player in the world, easily able to hit rank 1 consistently every season. His methodology and playstyle shows that anyone with proper understanding and macro knowledge of the game can reach an extremely high level of play. That being said, as it is DOPA's last season, he said if he was able to be exempt from military service and wanted to hit 2000 LP on the Korean server, he easily could. For many, if not almost everyone, this is no basic feat, which is why many asked what makes DOPA so confident in his ability to do so. And his answer was simply that the way ranked functions has changed in the past few years. To roughly paraphrase, DOPA believes the last time that solo rank truly correlated with individual skill was around Season 8. Now don't get this confused with people not being skillful, but merely it's just not as accurate. And no, that doesn't mean that your silver friend deserves to be challenger. What DOPA means is that the actual representation of true skill is no longer significantly tied to solo rank. In other words, there are a ton of additional variables that can measure definite skill in a person. For those of you who are still lost, let's break down what the concept of pure skill means before we actually look at the extra variables that he's talking about. The idea around pure skill is that a player is able to execute the high levels of play within the game, such as fast-paced decision-making, high-level macro, wave management, jungle tracking, and to some level mechanical outplays. That being said, sometimes a few of these can be extremely diluted because of the way a specific player plays the game. It's important to note that DOPA does not exclude himself from this grouping of people. The extra variables that are mentioned are things such as dodging, one-tricking, OP.GG analysis, etc. These are tools that allow you to completely shift how the game works. Rather than simply playing the game out and determining who the better player is, you're able to take advantage of a lot of these strategies in order to get yourself ahead. And for better or for worse, if you take advantage of these strategies and your opponent doesn't, either due to ignorance or lack of knowledge, then you already have a significant step up above them in terms of being able to climb, even if you don't necessarily have additional skill. DOPA even states that you can subtract a significant amount of LP from players who use a lot of these strategies merely because they no longer represent true skill in terms of high-level play. He believes so much to the point where he feels like he can't tell the difference in skill between a player with a wide champion pool and good macro and masters versus a 1000 LP challenger one-trick, since their skill levels vary in different areas. While one player may be able to flex their champion pool to a greater degree, the other one can completely ignore counter matchups due to their sheer knowledge and understanding of their character. It's better to view it as a difference in allocation of skill rather than skill missing. Or better yet, simply view the game in different areas such as low elo, mid elo, high elo, and pro play in order to better grasp how good players are without diving into what exactly separates them. For example, a lot of people, including us at ProGuides, recommend to one-trick a champion in order to climb, as it allows you to focus on the game to a greater degree. While this isn't necessarily cheating of any kind, DOPA views it as a greater advantage to rank up the ladder while still not necessarily increasing your skill level. A better and easier example to understand is the strategy of dodging games and using OP.GG analysis in order to avoid bad matchups. Back in older seasons, since the game used its algorithm similar to how it does now, in order to match players in proper matches, the game was on a somewhat level field. Neither team had a real advantage, as all of the players had to deal with both good and bad teammates because that's just how the system worked. Now, people are able to dodge games non-stop in order to preserve their MMR and make climbing easier, as now they can avoid most games with bad allies, while others, including their enemy, may not use similar strategies. It's even mentioned that in lower elo, the benefits of these strategies are so powerful that it can create extreme skill gaps without any significant difference in understanding. A player that constantly dodges bad teams versus one that plays every single game can have a massive difference in rank even if their skill level is equal. That being said, it's hard to break it down in terms of skill because using proper strategies to climb is smart and theoretically makes you more skillful than the other player, just in a different area of thinking. Overall, it may not be cheating to any degree, but it can lead to advantages for many players that may end up skewing the ranked ladder. The determination of true skill is best left to watching a player throughout many games in order to truly understand what their level of play is. That being said, don't fall into the trap that you don't deserve to be in your rank and that your allies are the main reason you continue to lose. Or worse yet, don't look at this video and immediately blame the MMR system for your lack of ranking up over the course of many seasons. Speaking of which, if you're in a rank that you don't feel like you deserve, don't forget to join us at ProGuides.com so you can gain instant access to exclusive high-level courses and classes alongside coaching from some of the best players on the ladder. And don't forget, we're currently offering 20% off your next subscription with the code RANKUP2021. If you're serious about climbing, quit blaming your teammates and log on to ProGuides so you can reach your dream rank. Nonetheless, let's hop back into the video. While the MMR system may seem like it's extremely flawed, it's actually quite necessary when it comes to how League functions as a whole. Its ability to sort players into the rank they deserve to be in tends to work as intended. That being said, sometimes it can be bad for the entire system when a few people play far too well, or if there are too many people abusing certain tactics. For example, at the beginning of the season, Ranked didn't feel awful, and was going pretty decent in terms of LP gains and losses. However, almost overnight, it suddenly seemed like a lot had changed and LP gains were cut in half, while losses remained at the same state. During this time, the ranked 1 player ASIC had hit 1000 LP and had nearly a 500 LP difference between him and the ranked 2 player. This translated its way down the ladder as essentially everyone else being bad, which caused the system to adjust the MMR accordingly. Alongside this, Riot had been tinkering with the rank system, which only further pushed these LP issues into chaos. Ironically, this merely happened because people were playing extremely well. It may seem awful, but the system technically functions how it should. It's just like anything else. It does have a few flaws. While it may seem like League should switch over to a ranking system similar to their sister game Valorant, that type of ranking system that individually checks performance simply can't function as well in a MOBA-style game such as League, since performance rating is extremely difficult to measure due to how many variables there are that determine a winning game. I mean, we've all seen what qualifies as an S+ in League, including something like your 0-10 Volibear duo giving you a free chest because of it. Just imagine if that's how ranked worked. The system would easily be farmed by people playing specific champions a certain way, rather than completely aiming to win as a team. Overall, even if the system doesn't work the best and we can all complain about it, it still goes to show that anyone can climb. Look at those higher on the ladder as living examples of being able to rank up through it all by using a lot of different strategies. Whether you are slightly less skillful than your opponent in terms of macro, you still got to the rank you did by consistently playing the game. Or, in DOPA'S case, you're simply a macro genius who views the game as a constant flow of chess pieces. All in all, continue to grind your way to the top, summoners. Even if it may seem impossible and may seem like a waste of time, its true value is what you make it out to be. Nonetheless, that sums up our video for today. Don't forget to join our ProGuides family at ProGuides.com or through our Discord with the link down below. We offer exclusive giveaways and classes that you won't catch anywhere else, so stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day.